I constantly put myself out of my depth, but it was such a challenge that I thought I could do it.
Rachel and I often talk about choosing our hours. We might work 50 hours a week, or we can choose when we do them when we're working for ourselves.
How the heck did you do it? How did you balance it all? Did you balance it all?
I don't think I balanced it all. It was a really hard time on me, my relationship, and the kids' relationship with me.
I'm a psychopath if I don't exercise. So my family appreciate if I go for a or go for a workout because they get a better version of me.
A lot of our listeners are in the middle of changing lanes. What would your advice be to them?
Today we're joined by Tess Holmes, content creator, makeup artist, marketer, and mum of 3, and much more. So welcome to the podcast, Tess.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we are so excited to have you with us today. So we're going to talk about all of your lane changes throughout your career and motherhood. So let's go back to the start. Tell us more about this time in your life where you started as a makeup artist.
Okay, makeup artist, I can start there. Where was I? I'd left school, went into fitness, then I went into retail, moved down to Geelong. So I'm originally from a small town about 3.5 hours from here. So decided to move down. I think it was job-based at the time, plus I liked the area in Geelong. And I've worked at a couple of different retail stores and started doing just a little bit of management, a little bit of just, the normal retail stuff. And I got a little bit bored. And I was that friend that people kind of lent on the weekend when it was Friday, Saturday night that I would do their makeup. Naturally arty, did all the art subjects at school. And my girlfriends was like, why don't you do a course? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll have a crack. Did a Napoleon at the time.
That was a big one, wasn't it?
That's a flashback. I don't even know if it's still...
No, I don't think it is around anymore, is it?
It's awkward. RIP. Napoleon down on Chapel Street. So I was living in Geelong, working full time, and then travelling down and back during the week. I think at the time it was a short course, so it was 2 days a week. So like Monday was the learning and sitting and watching, and then Wednesday you'd bring your little model and do the actual prac, I think it was called. And then the teachers at the time that I had really saw something in me more than what I thought I had, I suppose. And from there I kind of thought I could actually do this. There was no real career in makeup at the time. It was more like weddings, events, or you were TV makeup. There was no like in between kind of, I suppose, what there is now. But that's kind of how it started. And then
you
kind of grew
into that course and go, this is going to be my career.
Absolutely not. No, at the time, and I think it was, don't quote me on this, I think it might have been like 2012. That was just not a thing. It was not a thing. There was maybe the start of Instagram, but barely. Facebook was way bigger. So never did I think that I thought I could charge people for it. It was more, I loved art. I loved the feeling of making people feel a certain way after they had their makeup done. And my girlfriend's just being like, have a crack.
And that was it.
That was it. And they are taking credit to this day for my career. So that was where it started.
That's great. So you went from being a successful makeup artist and then you stepped into a fashion marketing role. How the heck did you end up in that lane?
Yeah, it was I wouldn't say it was random, but it was a big pivot at the time. So the brand that I ended up working for, because I'd been working in shoots and photo shoots and fashion for years. It had been 8 years by then. I was purely photo shoots or big red carpet events, and that's all I did. So the brand that I'd ended up getting the job with, I'd actually worked with her for about 7 or 8 years. So
Wow.
I'd done the shoots, I'd done event makeup for her originally. That's how we first met. Then her brand grew and launched and did all that kind of stuff, and we were doing the shoots. So it wasn't something random, but it was at the same time. Obviously, through my Instagram, I felt like marketing was something that came quite naturally to me. I knew the brand so well. I loved fashion, and I was so comfortable with the owner because we'd known each other for so long. Definitely considered friends by that point. So it was really nice. She took a massive leap on me to give me that role. It was e-commerce as well. So I was running the website and the Instagram with a 4-month-old. and 2 other
Wow.
kids.
So you completely stepped back from doing makeup.
Not originally. So this is where it got
Yeah,
a
that's your sort of,
lot.
like,
Yeah.
creative outlet.
It kind of like slowly transitioned because when I transitioned to the marketing role, the level of the role and what was required was just so much. I had to take a step back. I was still doing random clients and things like that that were my regular clients. And then I was doing the shoots for the brand as well. But eventually, I don't know how far into the job. It must have been at least 4 to 6 months into the actual job that I took a step back from doing the shoots and just had to fully just direct them and coordinate them because doing the hair and makeup.
Too much.
And it was insane. I loved it, but I think my capacity had just reached.
You can't do it all.
No,
So
to be
you
as
can.
much as
As
I felt like I could, but
So you're like, I'm falling apart.
yeah,
Now.
except I think it just hit my kids at home a little bit more. Like I was very good at what I was doing, but they got the brunt of like
Yeah.
the meltdown as they do, and my husband.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good for
And they
pushing
just
back.
take so much from you. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Is it
on a
hard
regular.
to stop
Makeup,
the makeup
really,
sort of-
really
is that your
hard.
passion?
Yeah, it
Like,
was
that's
really
where
hard.
your heart is. Yeah.
And just giving up control to someone else, it was really hard. And I know there are a lot of good makeup artists in Melbourne, but to have the whole package, and that's something I've realised since working in that role, is to find a makeup artist that can be on time, do a really good job, not sit down and just talk to photographers while they're like, be there to actually work and work hard is actually a really hard combo to find, which I understood why I actually got so much work in the end.
Absolutely.
Without tooting my own horn, but the work ethic thing is really hard to find in a lot of younger people, I think, too.
We've got
Which-
a business. Yeah, we see that.
I know, I talk about it with everyone. It's really hard.
It is really hard. So yeah, you can see exactly where you're booked. So why the step into that role? Why leaving the makeup behind when obviously you had a great career in it? You were getting booked. You could have just kept going with that.
Absolutely.
So why the step away?
I think it's the way my brain works. I felt like, and I was trying to explain it to my dad on the weekend, which is quite funny because we're very similar. I wanted a challenge. And to me, I'd done the people that I wanted to do. If I needed to do bigger names, I needed to move overseas. That wasn't happening. I had created products that had sold out. I've done masterclasses that had sold out. I'd ticked all these boxes that were in my career lane, I suppose. And when I visualize a certain thing, I do that. I like tick all these boxes. I set my goals. And once it's done, it's kind of like, okay, what's next from now? And I just have this full drive to complete certain things and do certain challenges. And if I'm not challenging myself or burning out or breaking, I feel like I'm not doing well. Which is and I tried to explain it to my husband because he's a trade. He's done the same job for the last, God knows, we're 36 now, since he left high school.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to explain to him that I can't just be comfortable and just be, I couldn't, and not knocking this, but I couldn't just go up the road and work at our local supermarket or work in a store like that. Super challenge. So when that job arrived, obviously I knew the owner. It was a small business, really small team. I think there was 3 of us at the time. And it just seemed like a nice pivot. And I'd been obsessed with fashion and worked in retail. So it kind of brought all these things together, creativity, a challenge, and it was a challenge. Oh, absolutely. And I constantly put myself out of my depth.
Yeah.
I thrive
That's
in
what
those
the challenge is,
situations.
isn't it? Really.
And I do. I thrive in those situations. Don't get me wrong, like panic attacks, breakdowns, like all the things. But it was such a challenge that I thought I could do it.
I think we relate so much to that. We push ourselves to that breaking point. And I think a lot of people that are obviously very like-minded to us 3, that is what we do. You're like, no, I'm bored. I want this challenge.
It was.
Master it. And then they're like, oh my God, I can't handle what I've done. But you've done it to yourself. It's not like there's external stresses.
Yeah.
It's all your own choices. And I don't think we'd even have it any other way. As much as the breakdowns are fun, it's who we are.
Yeah. You're kind of forced to chase that. Yeah, I do think I wish I could pull back a little bit sometimes. And I'm doing that at the moment. I'm trying to do that at the moment. and it's hard. I'm like twitching
Yeah, she's getting bored.
during the day. That's okay.
So your marketing role, how long were you in that role?
I did it for 2 years. So e-commerce and marketing. So running the website and the digital marketing.
And then stepping
Yeah.
away from that, was
Yeah.
that a challenging time, or was that the burnout sort of point?
Oh, I was definitely burnout for sure. I was still trying to do a lot of things, but I think the majority of why I stepped away was to probably pursue something and work for myself again. It's very different and it's nothing to anyone else that I work with, but to when you've worked for yourself and you do 120%, it's really hard to switch that off and create those boundaries. And unless you're working for yourself, you don't get that return. So it's really hard. And I just decided that it was time to work for myself again.
Put that energy into your
And
own
put
thing,
all that
because
energy in.
You're still giving 120%, but it's not your project,
Yeah.
it's not your baby anymore.
Yeah. But I learned so much. I do not regret it at all. I learned so much and so many new skills that I will take on to whatever it is that I do next. So, yeah.
We can relate so much.
Yes. Lots of lane changes.
Yes.
So at this point, going back to when you were working in that role, you had 3 small children, so a baby as well. You had a demanding job, were commuting as well.
Yep.
How the heck did you do it? How did you go with your
Mhm.
family, health? How did you balance it all? Did you balance it all?
Yeah, I don't think I balanced it all. I would say I maintained it. I stayed above water, and it was a really hard time on me, my relationship, and the kids' relationship with me. I was very stressed. And I think that goes back to working for someone else. I'm someone who I would definitely say I'm a people pleaser. So I will work my guts out to get any sort of praise. And if that means burning out, working late hours, getting up early in the morning, and I just continually reached burnout and panic attacks. Like, it wasn't healthy for my body. I was still working out. I'd just gotten back into working out because 12 months after my son, my littlest, so I was probably like, 7 months into the job, I started working out. That started to create some good habits and things like that. But yeah, the stress just got a little bit too much. It's really hard when you're putting pressure on working for someone else. Whereas if it's my own business, like, it's my own fault I'm working. It's my own fault I'm doing these hours and things like that.
It's a different internal conversation.
Yeah, it's really tricky. And yeah, I think it was definitely me not creating boundaries and things like that paid a hard toll as well. So yeah, working for myself was definitely the best option by that point.
Yeah, you can definitely, I think, again, we can relate to that completely. It's really hard for
Yeah.
kids as well.
It
when they're
is.
so little.
She was great. Like, she had kids herself and was going through all the same things as me when it comes to juggling and things like that. So she was really understanding, but it's really hard. It's really hard to coordinate the two, and we'd go back and forth to Melbourne to be in the office. So yeah, it can get a bit tricky juggling it all.
Yeah. And I think we all carry a bit of mum guilt as well, especially when we're working away from the home.
Yeah.
Take pride in what you do. So you're doing it for yourself, and then you're moving into doing it for someone else. You still want to do 120%, but then the return's not quite the same as working for yourself. The
Yes.
flexibility is not the same.
Correct.
Rachel and I often talk about choosing our hours. We might work 50 hours a week, but we can choose when we do them when we're working for ourselves.
When it works for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I'm not sure if you know, but we are Pilates girls ourselves. We know that you consider movement super important in your life. So tell us a bit about that and how you balance fitting that into your life with 3 kids, running your own business and being at home.
Yeah. Straight after high school, I went into fitness for quite a few years. So that was ultimately my first ever career. So I was taking all the old school, like, Les Mills classes, the body pump, and Pilates wasn't as big then. So I think to the core, I've always been super into fitness and sporty and things like that. Then when I moved down to Geelong, I did the same kind of thing, started taking classes. So it's followed me the whole way. Obviously, post-baby, I took it back a little bit because your body goes through so much. I had big breaks in between my babies, so I could get that kind of body feeling good again and strong again in between.
And then undo it all.
And then after my second, I was like, what's the point? And so then after I was done, when I had Carter, I was so focused on my career and juggling all that. It was really hard, but I knew I had to get back into it. Pilates was where I started. And yeah, I just had to start making time for myself because I spent so much time thinking about the kids' stuff, the lunches, the dinners, work, that I didn't have time to just switch off. So Pilates became my thing to just switch off and take 45 minutes for myself. And it was so important.
Do you think that 45 minutes of Pilates made you a better mum, a better worker, a better everything?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I started making it something I was doing daily, because I had so much frustration and exhaustion, and it seems so contradictory, but it gave me more energy. Working out definitely gave me more energy. Eating healthy, I've always eaten healthy, but like fully clean and things like that made my life easier, like prepping meals and doing all the extra work at certain times made it easier in the long run, I would say.
Yeah.
And now I'm so much more fit, strong, and healthy, and I can run around with my kids. I'm not sitting on the park bench. I'm out there playing basketball with them, or, the things that you wouldn't normally have the energy or the patience for. You just kind of take those moments to include them in it. And it's good. You can kind of use them and all their energy, and burning their energy is your excuse to have a workout and run them into the ground.
Yeah.
And you're getting a little bit of a exercise and workout, and so are they. So it's good.
Do you feel like your movement has a bit of a mindful sort of mental health element to it? Like it has to be part of your day?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a bit mental too. So I like to if I'm not doing something, I'll make sure I'm doing two the next day. I have to be doing something every day because it just needs to, for my brain capacity to switch off for that little moment.
Definitely can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes think that exercise has taken such a big change from it used to be about a physical thing. I think more
Oh, no,
people
mine's
are
more mental.
now
The physical's the
because-
bonus.
And it's like, that memes about I'm a psychopath if I don't exercise. So
I am.
my family appreciate if I go for a
Yeah.
or go for a workout because they get a better version
Yeah.
of me.
That's my husband's thing. If he, like last night, I was like, I am not here to parent tonight. You are. He's like, you just need to go for a walk, workout.
Yeah.
Go do that. I'm like, good. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Glad we're on the same boat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, you've left that job. You've told us a little bit of why. I'm going to ask you, what's next for Tess?
I don't know, to be honest. It's a bit of a funny one at the moment. I've been in between looking on Seek and doing things like that, and then just doing my makeup. So I had a conversation with my dad on the weekend, and he works for himself. He has since he was 17. He's a house painter. He does all those things. And he's like, why do you need to do something that challenges you? Why at this time in your life can't you just do something that you love, that is easy to you, while you've got 3 young kids running around? That kind of clicked. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do that.
It's just my brain wiring.
Yeah. And that's what it was like. I was like, well, I'll go back to makeup. It's so rewarding. And before I finished up doing makeup, I was doing more like photo shoots and not your everyday people. It was more like red carpet events. So I feel like now that I have kind of opened my books to the everyday person, they're really excited to, it's like they've been waiting for it to happen, and they're so excited, and it's so rewarding. They don't get their makeup done all the time, so it's really special. And I'm kind of just living in that moment at the moment and enjoying that because the feedback's just so lovely and worth it. So bit of makeup. I'm going to get back into master classes because that's another thing. People are constantly in my DMs.
Yeah. I need to let her
Constantly. I could never sell enough tickets for them. So that was really good. And my capacity just got too much. They take so much organising. So I kind of want to strip them back so I can actually do them more regularly and get more people through and start doing them again. And one-on-ones, I'm going to do some one-on-ones. I've got a few of them coming up, which will be fun. It's just so rewarding, and people just love it. So a little bit of that, and then whatever else. I'm doing marketing for a couple of small businesses at the moment too.
So you've got a little bit of marketing.
Yeah,
in the
a little
background
bit,
there.
It takes so much effort. I think people don't realize how much goes into it and how much work goes into it, and thought I can't just magically appear with content.
And it's so funny. People
Unfortunately,
think that they're
they
like,
do.
make that, it'll take 5 minutes. And you're like, that's not a 5-minute job. That's
No.
at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'm going to fiddle and I'm going to get frustrated. I'm going to throw my phone or my laptop, trying to move one little bit or
It's hard.
everything. Yeah.
And just making sure everything is actually touching on something. It's got to grab people for a reason and pull them in.
There's a lot
It
of
can't
stuff
just
that
be
goes into
pretty.
it. Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
don't think people realize how much even psychology goes into
It's
it.
all psychology.
Yeah, we're trying to hook
Yep.
people.
People have got to be hooked in 7 times before they actually make the purchase and things like that. It's crazy.
So do you think it's marketing or makeup that you're in love with, or do you not want to be associated with one lane? Because we're always really big on like, we just love,
Yeah. I think that's what I've come to terms with, because I'm working too on, like, I would love to do a really tight fashion kind of thing as well, because I love fashion, I love marketing, and it would all tie into my whole story. And I don't think I need to be one thing.
Yeah, just the makeup artist.
I don't
marketing
think I
person.
need to be. I think what I'm doing and storytelling at the moment with my everyday life and what I incorporate into all of that, whether it's fitness, food, like I've been working on doing a ebook for easy meals for like mums, because I get so many people screenshotting and doing that. I want to put it all into one place and make it dumb proof, easy. Like, we need it easy, we need it quick.
Absolutely.
But we need it nutritious as well. So working on something like that. And I think I've come to terms with it being like, I don't have to be one thing. I can be a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I don't have to be great at it. I just have to enjoy it. So yeah, I think I've come to terms with it now.
Creative things that you're choosing, so it sort of makes sense. So you've got your aesthetically pleasing for you. So your makeup, your marketing, it's
Yeah.
aesthetics really.
It all pulls in. Definitely.
Even though you might be across several lanes, when you look at it, they've all got the same qualities. They give you the same sort of feeling.
Yeah.
But it is
Absolutely.
so funny. I think we're meeting more and more people like yourself, like in us, that we don't want to be just in one lane. We don't want to be just known for one thing, or we don't fulfill
I feel like
from one.
it's social pressure or something to be known as like
You have to be
a
one.
CEO of something. I don't know, like just something like that. I don't know what it is. Yeah, having that title.
Yeah, and then that's you. You're boxed in.
Yeah, I think as Australians, I've noticed too, is when we talk, or if you're meeting someone or wanting to find out about their new partner, what do they do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we put so much pressure on these roles, or a certain role or a certain lane, to have one, because it's just like you have to have a resume at the top. Yeah, it's weird. And I don't know if that's Australian or if it's all over the world, but I noticed that so much, that it's like the small talk. It's what do you do?
I have noticed that people ask me that. They're like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, like 10 things. If I like, I don't know everything.
Just head to my Instagram.
It's all tagged. Yeah, it's very true.
So a lot of our listeners are in the middle of changing lanes. What would your advice be to them when they're trying to figure it out? So when they're right in the middle of, I don't know what I want to be, what would you say to them?
I would say, only because I'm in it right now, is don't make any rush decisions. Just take your time and do the small things that you like. And I don't know, I think life's so short that we shouldn't have to rush into anything and make decisions so rapidly that it puts so much pressure on it. And my brain would explode if I had to decide tomorrow what I wanted to do. So I'm just taking it day by day, finding the joy. I know it can be a bit tricky because obviously financially, some people do rely on one role 5 days a week, and that can be very tricky. But I'm just trying to pick up work where I can and just take it as it comes. And if something comes my way, try not to make rush decisions and just take it as it comes and listen to you. Yeah.
Time as well.
Be patient. Having 3 kids is
Hard
enough
work.
as it is.
You have 3 kids.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's someone that needs you. Like,
Yeah.
never ever actually get a break
Yeah.
from being mum for more than a second.
No, it's wild.
And the mental capacity of having 3 kids is a lot. Like, there's a lot of life
much.
admin with 3 children.
Yeah, I think we just got to be a little bit easier on ourselves. I think social media can put a lot of pressure on having to look a certain way, be a certain way, have a certain career, or do all these things a certain way. But I think people just need to start making sure they're doing it their way and for themselves and what works for their family and their lifestyle.
Yeah, I really like that. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story. But we are really excited for whatever you do next. Like,
Let me know what it could be. Happy to take advice, taking suggestions.
no, I really hope
so much.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.